Berkey Engineering's principal engineer, Cliff Berkey, has over 30 years of experience constructing pole buildings. This experience benefits you with speed, quality, and value.
We need our engineering. We need it pretty quick. We need it within 3 or 4 day turnaround. And I've had actually an engineer that took me 60 days to get a change order, no joke. And so turnaround is a big deal. So dealing with Berkey Engineering, he's got a very good staff, good people to talk to.
They're very responsive. They do nice drawings, and they respond to our changes and treat us decently.
I enjoy the one-on-one working relationship we have with Berkey Engineering. If I have a technical question or I need to produce a drawing, a workable drawing for someone in the field, or need help with a project myself, it's always been a pleasure to work with an engineering company that is prompt and they answer my questions in a timely manner so we can continue to work on our projects and get those drawings submitted to the city.
On numerous occasions, he's even contacted the building department for us, cleared things up with them on certain drawing things if they had a question. So he'll work with us really well and kind of as a team player to help keep things moving.
All of the drawings that Berkey Engineering produces that cross my desk, and there's a fair amount of them on a weekly basis, we really enjoy them because they're articulate, they're easy to work off of. I can show people in the field what the interpretation is, and it works every time. I mean, I could tell you countless times where I've rolled out a blueprint and it really, really looks good on paper, but it's not applicable in the field. And we have to go back and redraw it. Not so with Berkey Engineering. If it's drawn, it will work.
One reason we like to use Cliff and Berkey Engineering is because Cliff is a builder. He's been out on the job site. He knows how pole buildings go together. So when he draws up a plan, it's because he's built them before, and so it's not something it's user-friendly for us out in the field. And he allows us to build the way that we want to build, so he'll give us options to build our way. It doesn't have to be his way, it has to be our way. And we really like that, and our crews like it also.
That is probably one of the biggest assets to this, was when we can talk to him about how these buildings are put together, and he knows the stages they go through. So when we have a problem, he knows there's a difference between what is wrote down on papers and codes and what actually works in the field sometimes, and so he knows how to apply the numbers to make it work for you so that it's actually practical too. And he's built enough buildings that he knows what does work and what doesn't work, so that really helps us a lot.
And it's just enormous, the money it costs when you don't engineer a plan the way it could be. And that happens, the way I look at it, happens when you don't really know how pole buildings go together. So we got that covered because our engineer is a builder, and that's a big deal.
But his buildings are the kind of buildings we build. They're rock solid, and there are no problems with them.
Pole building market is very competitive, and price is a big deal to us. And Berkey, from what I've experienced, is very affordable. I haven't really found anybody that does a good plan that's anywhere in the range that Berkey is for engineering.
One thing I like about Cliff is when I do go out and bid a building, his buildings do not change from one to the other so radical that you have to come back and rebid. So has a good standard that he keeps, and there's not a whole lot of surprises for us when we go from one to the other.
He makes it possible for me to make a living, and that's all there is to it.
Anyone that's seeking engineering as far as agricultural engineering, residential, light commercial, heavy commercial, structural engineering, I would wholeheartedly, fully recommend Berkey Engineering, not only as a owner of a building supplier company, but as a end user of his products.
When I do sell buildings, I'll tell people who my engineer is, and and I use that as a selling point.
Our market area is the western states, and since we're based in southeastern Washington, Cliff and I both being licensed pilots, we find that using a private aircraft to get us around is much more economical than even driving. we can be just about anywhere we need to be in just a couple of hours for on-site structural inspections or consultations with an owner.
Hi, I'm Cliff Berkey. At Berkey Engineering, we are dedicated in helping you, the contractor, be more competitive. We do this in 3 specific ways. Number 1, speed. You know the importance of getting your drawings fast, and so do we. Number 2, quality. At Berkey, we give you engineering that is reasonable to construct and not overbuilt. Number 3, value. A quality product for a competitive price. I invite you to give us a call and see for yourself how we can be a powerful asset for you.